I analysed 116 hearing care websites, and what was interesting is the top performing ones all did these 5 things really well. In this episode, I'll take you through them.
Welcome to the Business of Hearing podcast, the #1 marketing and practice growth podcast for high-performing private practice hearing care leaders. My name's Ollie Luke. Pull up a chair, pour yourself a drink, and let's have a chat.
So welcome along to another episode of the Business of Hearing podcast, and I've been on a big website binge recently. So I put an email out to everybody that subscribes to my round weekly email and everybody who's really come into contact with us in any way, shape or form. And I invited them and said, hey, let me test your website for AI search. We've built a tool that we're using internally. Let me run your website through it. I'll record a video, share what it scores, where the opportunities are, what you need to do. And it's been interesting. I've looked at a lot of websites, over 100 websites in total. And it's been very interesting to look at them, monitor them, go through them, assess them, test them, etc. What's interesting is these 5 things that all the best performers are doing that most are not. And I want to walk you through them. And we'll start at the very top. The first one is very simple. Strong articulation of who they are. I speak about this all the time, but the amount of hearing care websites that still are not able to articulate who they are is baffling. They're still treated like they're an advertising material. The headline is still experiencing challenges with your hearing. Would you like to hear more? Is it time to reconnect? It's stuff that is aimed to pull somebody's attention that's reading a newspaper to go, what's that? What's that about? Is that relevant to me? That isn't the job of a website. For somebody who's come to your website, found your website, do you think they're probably thinking about hearing challenges? For them to navigate and get to you, clearly that question holds no purpose. This is prime real estate on your website. People give it a few seconds at the very most. You need to quickly articulate why you. And the number of websites that actually use the main headline in order to share who they are, it's not too many. Many are still based on this old framework of use a hook like it's an advertising material, like websites are still 2006. Your job needs to be articulate who you are and why you in that opening statement. We help families to stay connected through better hearing since 1950. Example, the most trusted independent practice in insert location since year. Make it clear, the #1 tinnitus specialist helping people of this age group to achieve this outcome in this area for this long. Like, tell that story in order to say, boom, here's who we are, here's who we're for. It doesn't need to be in one headline, it could be a heading and a subheading, but get that straight, get that clean, make it easy for people to see it, understand it. That's not just helpful for AI search to quickly understand who you are. It's not just helpful for traditional search. It ensures that when people come to your website, they stick. Engagement rate is high, bounce rate is low, and the right people go, this sounds like me, let me read more. That is exactly what is needed. #2, simple one, but still horrendous in our industry, photography. Stock imagery needs banning. Period. If you still have stock imagery on your website as a small independent practice, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go and have a shower. Go and clean yourself down. You're disgusting. It's so bad. It's so bad that we still accept this, right? Here's the issue. Like, we want to show that we're unique, we're real people, we're a small independent, we're better than the big Goliaths out there, and yet we'll use photography, stock photography, that plays the opposite. Doesn't show who we are, doesn't show why we're different, doesn't show the experience that somebody will have with working with us. It'll be the same as what a big Goliath would use that can't show any human empathy behind a photography because they don't have any human empathy given who they are and what they are and the big hairy gorilla that they are. Real photography makes a vast difference. People can see what they're going to experience. They see the faces, they see the atmosphere, the team, the vibe, etc. That stuff is super valuable. It's not expensive to do, and it's a non-negotiable to even be at table stakes from a website perspective. Good photography makes a huge difference on how your website's perceived. Like, a bad website with great photography gets away with a lot more. A good website with great photography, it elevates everything up. A great website with bad photography, it drags everything down. Photography plays a huge role. Please get that right. And that may mean grabbing your phone out, your cell phone, and doing it. That is okay. Not the best, better than stock photography. But ideally, get a photographer, hire somebody. You don't need a premium grade high-end photographer. Somebody who can come up with a camera, who can capture moments would be great. A little tip that I've seen some practices have great success with is look for a wedding photographer. The joy of a wedding photographer is Monday to Friday, they're typically doing nothing. They like the idea of building another stream of income. Can they do some corporate work? You could be a great case study for them. They'll be able to work for you at a rate that is probably less than they may charge for a wedding for a full day rate, because they want to sharpen up in those areas. And they're masters at capturing moments, which is exactly what we want to happen in your practice. Of course, headshots are nice. Wedding photographers are very good at headshots with much higher stakes than trying to get Sarah from the front desk smiling. And they're great at capturing moments that only happen once in a lifetime that they need to get right. That moment where husband turns round to see wife like walking down the aisle, like that photographer's got a split second. They need to get that right. And if they don't, they've missed it forever. So with those situations happening in your practice where the moments need to be caught, the patient looking happy, the patient meet and greet, like that stuff is super key. And they're better trained than anyone in the world for capturing those moments. Third thing, not particularly exciting, but speed and performance. The number of websites that we tested that slow, sluggish, painful, broken links, broken things on them. Looks like nobody's looked at them for a good few years. It's really poor, and it's not just negative for SEO, it's not detrimental to AI search, but it's very frustrating as an end user. Because have you ever been sat on waiting to watch Netflix and it loads to 99% and you're sat there and the 3 seconds feels like 30 years? It's the same for somebody that's looking for a service like yours on your website. So please just get that right. Make sure it's fast, make sure it's quick, make sure the user experience is sharp. Simple one, not your job to do, but your job to manage through your marketing partner. The fourth, and I think this may be the most monumental one with where the internet is going right now, is the conversion path. How well does your website convert visitors to inquiries? Historically, there's been a lot of brochure style websites that share what we do, a little bit about us, about our services. But right now, the fundamental job of your website is to convert visitors to inquiries. The job of your website is to get inquiries, right? And with traffic declining through AI search, through AI overviews, when we do get people on our website, the further down the decision-making process, the job is, how do we get them? Give them the evidence they need to see, show that we're for them, show that we can help them to solve the challenge they're looking for, and then make it very easy for them to make an inquiry. So that means clear understanding of how that website needs to be structured. And this is where the expertise is needed to know how people use websites from mobile, from desktop, in order to navigate to making decisions, making inquiries, filling out forms, contacting through phone calls, etc. And the obsession on what is the conversion rate of your website needs to be a key factor that you pay attention to. Industry averages sit around 1%. The practices that we're working with right now, we're averaging just over 4%. Like that is the obsession right now with growing that based on where the internet is going. And then the fifth, evidence. Evidence. You need to back up and prove absolutely everything on your website. The number of websites that just don't really have any evidence, it's, we do this, give us a call. Like that's it. Like anything that you claim to do, if you claim you do earwax removal, show the photography of it happening, show the process, show before and after of an eardrum or whatever it may be, a picture of somebody's ear. If you say we've helped lots of people to achieve an outcome, case study. Have you got before and after? Before of husband and wife looking at each other, looking a little distant, after a reconnection, whatever it may be. Like how much evidence can we collect that we've achieved these outcomes and we deliver these services and we're great people? Even on the Meet the Team page, is every single member of your staff, can there be a video there that just proves they're a nice, friendly human being? Doesn't just say, Sarah's been with us for 6 years, she's the bubbly face that you see when you first walk through the door. Like prove it as much as you possibly can. That is so key. So they're the 5. And I do have one final caveat on this and an encouragement I ask you to do right now, because there was one big thing that I observed when I was looking through all of these websites that hurt to look at. The number of websites that still exist right now that have COVID-related messaging on them. The amount of websites where there was still a banner about here are our safety protocols, a page that still references during these challenging times, X, Y, and Z. This stuff is still plastered. Sometimes it's a little hidden. Sometimes it's still on the homepage, loud and clear. This was 5 years ago. If somebody's coming to your website and seeing that you've not updated something from 5 years ago, what does it tell them about the standards that you operate, the fact you're focused on where the industry is going, the fact you've got your finger on the pulse, the fact you even care about the details? It's the biggest off-putting thing that they could possibly see. Like if you went to look at a local restaurant right now and the first thing you see on their website is how you can't sit within 2 meters of your own family, you'd be like, this place, geez, they are so behind the curve. It's the same with you. And of course, different environments, different parts of the world may have little protocols, face masks and everything, but just ensure language is cleanly up to date. But as we analyse these websites for AI search, we realise many of them are not AI search ready. And deeper than that, they've just got fundamental challenges aside from that. But they're the big 5. If you need your website to be performing, and you do, prioritise those 5. And trust me, you'll win in the many battles that you're currently not winning in. So hopefully that was helpful. Appreciate your time as always, and I'll be back again next week with another episode.
And there we have it. Another episode has come to an end, and I have a quick favour to ask. If you have found this helpful, then who do you know who should listen to this podcast? I strongly believe a rising tide lifts all boats, and right now, private practice needs to stick together to fight these big, gormless groups and these manufacturer-owned Goliaths that are looking to take market share from us. Consider who should be listening, pass on the word about the Business of Hearing podcast, and I'll see you again next week.